Hello, magandang araw. Welcome to the Principles of Structural Analysis and Design series, episode number 37. So, in this particular video, let's discuss this problem that is similar to one of our recent board examinations in civil engineering. Given A is equal to B is equal to D and E, which is all equal to 4 meters. So, lagyan natin na sukat. And then C is equal to 10 meters. Okay? And then we are given dead load and live load. Both are uniformly distributed. For dead load, that's 13 kilonewton per meter. And the live load is 12 kilonewton per meter. Find the maximum reaction at C considering dead load only. So, as you can see, this problem is once again, if you are familiar already with our channel, we have discussed already a lot of moving load problems. So, I'll just put the link here above for reference no, to our other videos um, about influence lines. All right, so pinapanap lang yung maximum reaction at C considering only the dead load. All right. So para makuha yung maximum reaction sa C, so what we will do is this particular support, we will release that and then we will apply a 1 kilonewton, kumbaga parang 1 ordinate, no? Parang gano'n, no? But again, the discussion with that, no, is from our other videos. So what will happen is that if you will draw our influence line for reaction at C, so ganito yung magiging itsura niya. So let's say this is the neutral position. Okay, so as mentioned, no, so dun sa mismong point kung nasaan yung hinahanapan mo ng maximum reaction, automatically that will have an ordinate of 1. Okay, and then dun sa other support, automatically the ordinate will be 0. And then we will just follow that. Okay. So, we will extend this, only up to here kung saan merong panibagong internal hinge. And then also, dito rin, we will extend this kung hanggang saan lang din merong internal hinge. So, it will be extended with a straight line. Ayan. Okay? And then, parang ang imagination natin dito, parang ang nangyari, nung tinanggal natin ito, mapapansin kasi na itong buong to ay isang ano lang, parang isang member lang yan. So kapag tinulak mo ito pataas, so syempre magiging itsura niya is parang ganito. Ganyan, no? So dahil ito naman, itong kabilang member na to is konektado naman dito. So ibig sabihin, pagka ito ay naging ganito ang posisyon, bali yung BCDE, kapag naging ganito ang posisyon, ibig sabihin ito, kokonekta naman galing dito, papunta dito. So ibig sabihin, ganun din yung magiging itsura nito dun sa influence line niya. No? So ganito siya. Okay? So and then para naman sa other side, ganun din. Kung ito ay ako ang naging position niya ay ganito na. So ang kadugtong niyan is pa ganito. Okay? Ayan. Okay? Now, mapapansin natin sa influence line diagram, ito na nga yung influence line diagram natin. Bali, lahat ng nasa ibabaw will be considered positive, lahat ng nasa ilalim will be considered negative. Okay? But because we are only considering dead load, we cannot actually choose kung saan natin ilalagay yung load. Kasi pag sinabi mong dead load, hindi naman yung lilipat ng location. Laging sa buong span yung application ng dead load. So therefore, kung ganun, ibig sabihin yung dead load natin, dito natin i-apply sa buong span. So sa baba ko na lang ilalagay para hindi magpatong. Bali ganito yung magiging itsura ng dead load natin. Ayan. Okay, so yun yung magiging 13 kilonewton per meter. And from what we learned no, in the past, to calculate the reaction here, using its own influence line, multiply lang natin yung area na to dun sa load, sa distributed load. And ganun din yung area na to. Kaya lang itong area na to, this is positive area, and then this is negative area. Okay? Ayan. Okay? So to calculate the area, obviously, we can visualize this as one full triangle. So, ayan. Tapos this is another triangle. Pero kailangan lang natin nung base and height. So para sa base, yung sukat nito is 4 plus 4 plus 10. That gives us 18. No? Ang kailangan ko lang is yung height. So yung height natin dito, take note, hindi ito ha. Ito ang height natin. So kailangan natin yung dimension na ito. Tawagin ko na lang na y1. Okay? Para naman doon sa triangle sa kabilang side, kailangan ko naman itong height na ito. Okay, tawagin ko naman yan na y2. So we need the value of both y1 and y2. So to calculate value of y1, we can make use of this large triangle and this slightly smaller triangle. Because they are say, similar, we can apply ratio and proportion. No? So doon man tayo sa malaki, so ang height niya ay y1, yung base niya ay ito. Ang sukat ng base niya is just 4 plus 10 or 14. So that we can write y1 over 14 equals, para naman doon sa triangle na ito, ang height niya ay 1, tapos ang base niya ay 10. So that gives us 1 over 10, giving us y1 to be equal to 1.4. Okay, so we can now calculate the area of the yellow triangle. Tapos para naman dun sa smaller triangle, yung red triangle, pwede naman natin i-compare itong triangle na ito dito sa triangle na ito kasi they are once again similar. So using similar figures, we will have 1 is to 10, ito yung sa left side. Tapos yung triangle na ito, ang height niya ay y2, ang base niya ay 4. So we will have y2 over 4. Okay? So therefore, we can calculate for y2. Okay? So in this case, we will be able to calculate um, y2 to be, so if we would calculate that, I think that's 2.25. 0.4 rather, no? Kasi that's 4 over 10. So that's 0.4. Okay? So yan ay 0.4. Okay na? So we can now calculate the area. So therefore, yung maximum reaction sa C, no? So this is for number 1. Actually, all of this is for number 1. So the maximum reaction at C will be equal to, so yung 13 kilonewton, mumultiply natin ng area nitong yellow, which is 1/2. Base is 18. The height is y1, which is 1.4. And that is a positive area. And then we will need to subtract naman yung area naman nitong pulang triangle. So 1/2, ang base natin is 8. Ito yon 4 plus 4. Tapos ang height natin is yung y2 na 0.4. Okay? And that gives us the answer. So we will have 13 times 1/2, 18 times 1.4, minus 1/2 times 8 times 0.4. So that gives us 143 kilonewtons. And that is the maximum reaction at C due to dead load. Okay, due to dead load. Number 2, what is the maximum reaction at C considering live load only? So dun pa rin. So ibig sabihin, ito pa rin yung magiging influence diagram natin. No? Yan pa rin yung magiging influence diagram natin. Kaya lang, ang pinagkaiba, so ito kasi due to dead load. So ngayon, kakupitin natin, maximum reaction at C due to live load. Ang pinagkaiba ngayon, pwede na tayong, kasi pag live load, hindi naman siya automatically all throughout the span. Lumilipat-lipat siya, kaya nga live load. So, dito sa live load, no, ang pinagkaiba lang is pwede natin specifically ilalagay natin siya on a specific span wherein it maximizes the value of the reaction. Dito kasi kung napansin nyo, kung ilalagay natin yung live load sa buong span, it doesn't really maximizes the reaction at C because of this region. No? As you can see, mayroong nabawas. Kaya hindi natin na-maximize talaga yung reaction sa C. So, ibig sabihin here, yung live load natin na ilalagay lang natin kung saan wala kang ibabawas. So, ibig sabihin, it's either ilagay mo yung live load mo dito, kasi puro positive lang yan, o di kaya ilagay mo yung live load mo dito, which is puro negative. But if you look at the absolute value between the two, if you compare, mapapansin mo naman na di hamak na mas malaki ito. Kaya dito natin ilalagay yung live load. Alright? So dito natin ilalagay lang yung live load to produce the maximum reaction at C. Okay? Ito naman yung 12 kilonewton per meter. So ibig sabihin, yung live load, distributed live load is 12 kilonewton. I-multiply lang natin sa area nung yellow na triangle. And that is 1/2 base times height, which is once again 1.4. Ayan. Okay? So, gawin lang natin itong 12. Tapos, burahin lang natin itong area ng red na triangle. And that would give us 151.2 kilonewtons. And that would be the answer. So 151.2 dito ay 143. So actually dito may mga tricky na choices. Kung doon sa number one, so ipaliwanag ko lang para medyo mas maiwasan natin yung mga yung mga trap sa exam. So doon sa number one, kung naiisip mo kaagad, kung medyo advanced ka mag-isip, dapat para ma-maximize yung reaction, dapat dito ko lang ilalagay yung dead load, no? Kung diyan mo lang ilalagay, syempre yung magiging competition mo, ah, syempre yung magiging competition mo, ganito lang, 13 times ganyan. So, ibig sabihin, ito lang. So, which is, if you look at it, nasa choices yun. Kaya isipin mo, ito na yung sagot, no? So, which is incorrect kasi nga, dead load lang yung pinag-uusapan. Ang dead load po, hindi ka pwedeng mamili kung saan mo siya ilalagay. Automatic yun, all throughout the span yun. Okay? Kaya mag-iingat. Dito naman sa live load, kunwari, hindi mo naisip, no, na pwede mo pala ilipat-lipat yung live load sa specific location kung saan mo gustong ma-maximize ang specific parameter ng isang reaction ba, shear ba, or moment. So, ibig sabihin, pwede mong gawin, baka isipin mo, ilalagay ko sa lahat without knowing na nagma-minus ito dito, no? So, ilalagay ko sa lahat yung live load. Pag nilagay mo sa lahat yung live load, ang magiging value na is 132, which is once again nasa choices. Which is again incorrect. Kasi dito naman, sa live load, meron tayong option na ilipat-lipat siya or ilagay lang siya sa isang location kung saan magpapamaximize ng support reaction. Okay? So that's for number one and number two. For number three, find the maximum positive shear at the midspan of CD. Okay. So para naman sa shear at the midspan CD, magagawa tayo ng panibagong influence line diagram. Okay? So ang midspan niya, obviously nandito, no? Yan yung midspan. Okay? So, dito naman, kapag ka-shear, again, link ko na lang dito sa description yung mga, mga videos natin na previously created for influence lines. Ang magiging itsura ng influence line niya, so lagyan ko muna ng sukat. Ito ay 4 meters. Ito ay 4 meters. Tapos, since 10 ito lahat kanina, so tigpa 5 lang ito. Kasi ito naman ay 4, ito rin ay 4. Okay? So, gawa natin ang influence diagram. Okay. So kapag shear, ang mangyayari, parang i-release naman natin ito. Ang nangyayari sa kanya is bumababa ito. Tapos, ito naman kabila ay ang. So kapag, kumbaga parang isipin mo, parang pinutol mo to, tapos ito babagsak, ito aangat. So ganito ang itsura ng, influence diagram for shear. So ibig sabihin, from the support, bababa ka, tapos tataas ka. Ayan. Okay? Tapos, ang value palagi nitong ordinate na ito, is A over L. Pag sinabing, ang ibig sabihin ng A is yung distance niya from the simple support, and then yung L is yung span length niya. Which is, kapag sinabi ko A over L, yung A ko 5, tapos yung L ko is 10. So lumalabas 5 over 10, and that gives me 0.5. At ganun din ito. Ito namang kabila, ito namang ordinate na ito, it will be B over L. Yung B naman na yan is yung haba niya sa kabilang side, papunta dun sa simple support. Which is in this case, 5 din naman, kaya mangyayari, yung ordinate na to is also 0.5. And then we will just connect this to the other members. So ito, parang naputol na siya dyan. So ibig sabihin, ito na lang yung rigid member. So, ibig sabihin, itong member na to, kapag bumaba yan, diba, imagine nyo, bumaba ito. So, syempre, tutuloy yan doon. No? So, tutuloy yan dito hanggang kung saan merong team. Tapos, syempre, yung kadugtong dito will just have this orientation. Kumbaga, parang, syempre, bumaba ito eh. So, aangat to. So, ito naman, konektado dito. Okay? And ganoon din sa kabila. Ito naman ay buong member yan. Okay, di ba kanina buo ito? Kaya lang pinutol nga natin kasi shear na yung pinag-uusapan. So, umangat yan, bababa ito. So, ang kadugtong niya, magiging ganito ang orientation. Okay, so may ganito. Ayan. Okay. So, mapapansin ulit natin, ano? Meron dito ang positive shear. Kulayan na lang natin. Yung mga positive shear, ito mga to. Yung mga nasa ibabaw. Tapos, ito naman yung mga negative shear. Ayan. Okay? So, ang tanong niya, what is the maximum positive shear at the midspan of CD? So, maximum positive ang tinatanong. So, ibig sabihin, ang goal natin, makaproduce ng positive shear dun sa midspan ng CD. So, ibig sabihin, sisiguraduhin dapat natin na ang lalagyan lang natin na live load is yung meron lang positive. Di ba? So, ibig sabihin, yung mga live load natin, dito lang natin ipapatong. Yan, dyan. Tsaka dito. Yan. Yung value ng live load natin was 12, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it's 12. No? So live load natin is 12 kilonewton per meter. Okay, hindi na natin loloadan to ng live load, no? Hindi natin lalagyan dito, tsaka hindi rin natin lalagyan dito kasi magpo-produce yan ng negative shear dun sa midspan. Pero pagdating sa dead load, hindi tayo pwedeng mamili. Obviously, kasi nga ang dead load, it should exist all throughout the span. So ibig sabihin, mula dito hanggang dito, meron talagang dead load. Okay, and the dead load is 13 kilonewton per meter. Ayan. So ngayon, that the value of the distributed load multiplied by the respective area kung saan sila nakapatong or nakalagay, that will give you your maximum positive shear at midspan of CD. So Vmax at mid of CD. Now, Vmax na positive. Okay? So that will give me, so unahin ko muna yung live load. So 12 times, kailangan ko pala ng mga ordinate, ano, kasi wala tayo ng mga ordinate eh. So kailangan natin to, tawagin ko ito na another Y, Z na lang, Z1. Tapos yung kabila, we can call this Z2, kaya lang mapapansin yung symmetrical, ano? Kaya pwede natin sabihin Z1 is equal to Z2, tawagin na lang natin na Z. So to calculate that, we will just use this triangle and this triangle. Now they are similar. So we will have Z over, yung base natin is 4 equals, para sa triangle na pula, 0.5 yung height, tas yung base natin is 5. So dito lalabas, yung Z natin dyan, I think is 0.4, if I'm not mistaken, kapag kinompute. 0.5 over 5 times 4. So definitely that's also 0.4. Okay? So 0.4 yan. So therefore, 1/2, no, base is 8 and yung height is 0.4. Plus, ito pa. Ito naman, ang height natin 0.5, ang base natin ay 5. So 1/2, base is 5, height is 0.5. So that is for the live load. And then for the dead load naman, 13 times yung lahat ng triangles. Okay? Pero tingnan nyo ha, di ba yung area nito positive? Tapos yung area na to negative. And if you look at it, parehas lang sila ng base na 8. Parehas lang din sila ng height na 0.4. So ibig sabihin, magka-cancel lang ito. So kumbaga pag mag-a-add ka dito ng area ng yellow, tapos iba minus mo rin yung area na red, so 0 lang yun. Okay? And then also, pansinin nyo rin na itong kabila naman, um, this is a negative area. And at the same time, this is a positive area. So ibig sabihin, kapag pinag-add natin itong dalawa, magka-cancel lang din ulit. Okay? So therefore, due to symmetry, lahat ng areas dito na positive and negative, magka-cancel lang. So therefore, yung ibang multiply talaga natin dito sa 13 ay only 0. So therefore, the maximum shear will be equal to 1/2 times 8 times 0.4 plus 1/2 times 5 times 0.5. So the maximum shear produced will become 34.2 kilonewton or kilonewtons. That is the maximum positive shear produced at the midspan. Okay? Ulitin ko, no? Pagka naisip nyo na ilagay lang yung ano dito, ilagay lang yung dead load dito, naisip nyo kunwari, tapos dito lang din yung dead load para makaproduce ka ng maximum shear, ang lalabas na value, bali mag-a-add ito. Mag-a-add yan. So lalabas na value, 71.25. Take note na sa choices yun, pero mali yun. Okay? Kasi hindi ka naman pwedeng mamili ng specific location lang ng dead load. Ang dead load talaga, it should exist to the entire span. Hence, this is incorrect. So that's why this is the correct answer. Okay? So therefore, that's how we answer this particular problem. Okay? So thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Okay? So that's it for now.